Howdy folks, how are y'all doing? My name is Reese, and welcome back to the Minecraft 2025 Let's Play Adventure, where today is Sunday, October the 7th, 2025, and as anyone who's been watching the series for any amount of time will know, Sundays are our fun days, or I don't have to run days. They're not Manic Mondays. They're fun little Sundays. And on Sundays, I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do. We don't have to do big projects. We don't have to go exploring. We don't have to worry about making engaging content. I can do whatever the heck I want to. Heck, in one of these episodes, I fished for 30 minutes while I ranted about handheld consoles and the like. And that was a great time. So you might be wondering, well, geez, Reese, what are you doing on this beautiful Sunday? How are you going to occupy your time? Well, I'm actually going to do a little personal project that probably doesn't really need doing, but it's been bothering me, and so gosh darn it, I'm going to do it. We're going to extend the wheat field. When we initially built it, I said, you know what, we have a wheat auto farmer that we can use if we need to create a whole lot of wheat very quickly, and that's true, and that does exist. However, I would like to extend the wheat farm, okay? I want to get it to max size. Why is the frame rate chugging right there? What is going on? It might not be noticeable to any of you, but it dips to like, it dips from 90 to 70 whenever I swing past here. Oh, it's the signs. It's the signs. Yeah. Okay, turns out you have this much text. It causes some performance issues. Shout out, by the way, to all of our YouTube channel members and our Patreon supporters. Anyway, this is what I'm going to do today. And I've been looking at it, trying to figure out exactly how we're going to go about doing this. Currently, this is a 5x5, and we want to bounce it all the way up to bounce. Jump, jump. The house is jumping. Jump, jump. We want to get it all the way up to a 9x9. And the issue there is that in order to get it to a 9x9, we have to expand it out here to the point where this is going to be dirt. And if we want to have this edge on it, it's going to cut into our path. So we're not going to do that. We could bring it all the way up to this edge and then extend it this way one block, but then this path becomes really narrow. And no matter what, the pumpkins have to go. And I thought, you know what, if we're going to do this, we might as well go ahead and take out the pumpkin patch. All right, well, these are actually melons, but we're going to take out the pumpkin patch and the melon patch. We're going to relocate the wheat over here to this side, and we're going to make it fit kind of in this space. And then we're going to move the entire path over to here somewhere. And then I don't know where melons and pumpkins are going. I actually have no idea. I guess we'll figure that out later. It's all going to get done today, and it's going to be a fun adventure, and I don't want a bunch of melon slices in here. That's why we've got the silk slicer. Shout out to, I'm pretty sure, Annie, the AI. We need to get Annie back in here. We used Annie once as a joke, or maybe twice now. And it was kind of funny. Maybe not funny, haha, but it was kind of funny. So we can make this work if we extend it out one more block this way. That gets us up to 8. And then if we extend it out one more block this way, that gets us up to 9. Although I suppose at that point, this would no longer be centered up on this structure. But how important is it really that this thing be centered up? Or, you know, the alternative is that we could just bring this thing over all the way to this edge. And in fact, yeah, we could just do that. And relocate the axe to be, like, back there. Oh, but all of this is getting moved as well. Oh, yeah, this is gonna be quite the process. Mud, 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 mud. 1, 2, 3, 4, need a little mud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's how far that's gonna go now. There we go. That's all framed up, and then we got 1 already. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we got to fill all of this back in with stone. And I believe where we left off on was 9. This is going to be quite the sizable difference here, isn't it? All of this has to be relocated, unfortunately. And I don't know if I have room for however much is inside of this chest. Oh, I absolutely do. Never mind. I don't know why. I just assumed there would be more. Oh, there was more than expected. This is why we have the stuff chest. To hold stuff. There we are. Fill in with dirt. Add our water to the... Oh, hello. Just coming by to be like, hey, there used to be wheat here. I used to pollinate it. Where'd it go? Bzz, 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 bzz. I'm sorry about this, man. I promise I'm gonna make it up to you. Were you, like, frozen in place there for a second, or were you just hanging out? I'm actually confused about what I was seeing. I'm gonna go ahead and, like, replant the wheat, because I think that'll be, like, a good thing to go ahead and do. I did not have enough seeds. However, that's not really a problem, because we do have our seed box up here. Got plenty to go around. I think I've got them all. The problem is it's a much bigger field. And the light is all wonky, and I might have missed one, but it's okay. Now, we might not actually need to have an entrance to the garden right here. We might move it to down here. Or should it be up here? I can't decide. Let's start by removing all of these and relocating some of them over here. There we go. Okay, now we gotta figure out where the path goes, how thick the path will be. All of this has gotta go. Loobity-doobity-dee. It just sounded like I was heading towards a rhyme. I felt like I needed to deliver on it. We're just gonna fence the whole thing in for now, until we figure out exactly where the entrance for it will be. This is a great example, though, of something that I say very often, but that hasn't been true so far, which is that we can change anything anytime we like. You know, we're not stuck on any design or any pattern or any layout. Obviously, we can come back here and extend something if we need to, and everything else in the world can just make room for it. Part of me now wonders if we might not have just gone ahead and brought this thing over one more and replace this stone brick slab here with just the mud brick wall on one side. For example, what might that look like? Yeah. Okay. So, this is the path in right here. Goes down here. Lovely. If it's visible, it needs to be the correct block type. Man, I'm struggling right now. I'm suffering. Should we just get rid of dirt path altogether? Because what I've done here is I've created this sort of a staircase here that then goes down here to the dirt path. But should there be any dirt path in this area at all? Also, I'm thinking about just planting melons and pumpkins over here. Because to be honest, we don't need as many melons and pumpkins as we've been harvesting. And it's one of those situations where, like, you know what? If we change our mind later, we can just move them again. But it's not that big a deal to go from 3 melons and 3 pumpkins to 2 pumpkins and 2 melons when, quite frankly, we already have too many. And should we make that grass instead of dirt? I feel like it might look better if it was grass instead of dirt. A little bit less miserable, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how that manifests, see if that looks good or not. This is going to be the introduction? The entrance, even, to the wheat. If we put hoppers into the dirt here, when we broke all the wheat and everything, like, would it automatically hopper them out into a chest over here? Maybe a project for another day, but something to consider. Relocating the silk slicer right there. Not sure about that placement. It just made sense to me because if you're coming in to do melons, you'd want it to be there. And I suppose it's okay to put this here. Yeah, that looks okay. Get rid of our excess seeds. And this flour, I don't need that for sure. Now, I'm not entirely sure just yet whether or not everything is going to stay exactly where I've got it. I feel like that might be better over there, and the chest might be better over here. So I can see a world where I eventually invert those and move them around. But not right now. And then coming down here, this is all good. I might end up at some point replacing all dirt path with just some of the mud brick. Because I like the look of the mud brick. I think it looks really good. But there you have it, folks. We've got our pumpkin stems and our melon stems coming back. We've got a much larger, beautiful wheat field. And it was all a peaceful and relaxing experience. So thank you for tuning into today's Sunday video. This was my fun day. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I hope that you all did as well. Big shout out to all of our YouTube channel members, as well as all of our Patreon supporters and executive producers on Patreon, such as Jarl Lucas Kitts and Imperator Jake Yates. And until next time, thank you all for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Goodbye!